I made a little bit of progress, which is nice. Let's just say that it's really hard playing a controller when you have, an 8-month-old on your hands.
Not fair enough.
Yeah, so I've been playing, and it's been very good. I'm changing my rating. So I think I kind of shot really low last time.
You think you said a 6, right? You said you were like a high 6.
I cannot. I'm now it's jumped to about an 8, easily, hands down, like absolutely. For this, the game is still as simple as it is. Like it's super fun. It's been absolutely just like I want to watch more. I want to play more.
It's crazy hearing that you have a similar opinion as me, whereas like you're saying you really enjoyed it, because again, when I was telling you guys about it before, like in my head it sounds like the game has all these problems and there's so many issues, but then why is it my game of the year so far? Like, it's
why do you like it?
Yeah,
like,
it makes no sense.
It's so good. Like everything so far, I just to give you an idea, like I just got Thunder, which is nice, Thundaga, and I'm really kind of like, going through it, and it's been a little bit, but not for nothing. Like I have died a few times, so over stupid stuff. But what's crazy is that they give you a chance to play. They want you to go through the story.
Oh yeah.
It's not like Elden Ring. Like it's not like, hey, here's a game that's gonna make you die a million times. Oh, by the way, if you don't have any, anything on you, that's on you. You did that to yourself. Like this one is like, yeah, here's you can buy whatever you want. Have they kind of limit you to what you can hold, which is actually kind of nice. You don't go out buying 99 potions.
You don't need to. You find so many potions and stuff that'll heal you just by advancing through areas of the map. It's crazy. Yeah.
It's like they know already that you're gonna need them, and the more they pop up, the more you're gonna need them, because these fights are not. I'm not gonna say they're hard, but they're not easy either. Like you have to think, and yes, these talismans that you do have do kind of make things a little easier, but not really, because it's kind of like you still have to think on your toes. You still have to be fast. You cannot just smash buttons and expect a result, because you gotta, watch the enemy do their thing. They have certain moves that they do. They have certain the move sets and what have you. So it's gotten so much better, and the dog is awesome. I love the dog.
Torgal, yeah, Torgal's a good.
Yeah, Torgal's great. He's a good boy, and you can pet him. You can interact with him. I love that. That's like my favorite thing. I try to give him as much love as I can. Like you play as one person, but it's been fantastic. I like the fact you don't have to worry about anybody else. You just worry about you and just go through the story. It's so refreshing. It really is. It's not convoluted. Like when I play Final Fantasy VII, that's convoluted. Like now I'm thinking back on it. I have to finish it anyway. But it's like compared to this, yeah, it is. It's a lot easier, sure.
To be fair,
it's just more fun.
I guess to be fair though to other Final Fantasy games, Final Fantasy VII has so much more going on that I think the older Final Fantasy games have more that's entertaining surrounding the narrative. So I guess in a way it allows itself to where it can be convoluted and for you to still have fun. I think the problem with this game is if it wasn't such a good narrative and such a good story, this game would flop, because there isn't much going on outside of that. You know what I mean?
And they don't keep throwing things at you either, which is kind of nice. Like, yeah, you have a couple of side quests, but you know what? It doesn't deter you away from what you have to do. It's like, hey, here's a couple that you can do. They're a bunch of fetch quests.
Oh yeah,
they're just fetch quests, but it's needed because you need to gain experience anyway. So it's a way to gain experience and get to know the town, get to know the area, get to know the people. Not for nothing, it's the game, like, it really hits, like, a lot of really hard topics. And it's like, you feel bad. Like, it's a really sad story. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so... I shouldn't say depressing is not the word. It's more like you feel bad for the people.
Oh, it's
You
it's a totally. I guess in a way it's realistic. It's like a more realistic way of looking at how governments and how society would react to people
to
that were
some...
like godlike,
Yeah.
how they would like fit into society as a whole. Whereas
Oh,
like,
totally.
people put them on a pedestal, and politicians and countries are you trying to use them to further take over,
Yeah.
other regions, and it's
But it's not only that. It's like how they treat their own people and how the people treat themselves,
mm-hmm,
and then how much the people rely on governments for certain things. Like, the last one that I went through, it's like, oh, where's this person? Where's this person? Oh my God, he's not here. Where is he? We need him.
mm-hmm.
Help us. It's like, oh man, like, this is not good. Like, he's not there. What are you gonna do? And they all just get slaughtered.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bloody, like, no joke. It is a bloody game. Like, story wise, it's bloody as heck. Pretty much you're a fallen prince at
Mm-hmm.
this point. You're a fallen prince looking at the lives of the peasants and seeing how Branded is treated because you were one.
I was gonna say, you just brought them up, the branded. Like the game even has like a downtrodden class of people
Oh, dude,
that
it's
are like
so bad.
negatively affected by these crystals, and these
Yeah,
crystals that like are basically the reason everyone has like abilities and powers and stuff. And
yeah,
and like, I guess if you really like compare the elements within the society or the politics within the game, you have a lot of things that um kind of reflect American, like history and policy. Like
a little
uh
bit.
like they have like a form of slavery, again, kind of
Oh yeah,
going back into that. And then they have the whole, I think the whole idea of people depending on the shards and the magic coming from that. It's
yep.
very reminiscent of like, like fossil fuels, or like
Oh yeah.
resources of like, how long do you depend on this thing that is running out or may disappear? Like, what happens if it disappears? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, I don't know, it's very interesting. I think the
Yeah.
game
It portrays it really well,
yeah.
and I think what really hit me the hardest was probably like when you're running through I think it's what, Orabel or something, or through the farms,
Oh yeah.
and oh my God, and then if you talk to everybody in that area,
Everyone's racist.
they're super against.
Yeah.
Oh, Brand is like, what are you doing there?
Maybe not
Get back to
racist.
work.
It's
Where's your
more like
master?
more classist. It's more like classism.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
it's evil. And I think what really got me the most is, when you do the quest, oh, where's Chloe? You think it's a freaking dog.
Dog. Oh, you got to that mission. Yeah.
And then you go over and it's
It's her
like
slave.
it's her slave and she's dead.
And she's dead, yeah.
Like on the floor, like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, get up, you're lying, it's not funny. And then it's like,
She's
oh,
like,
it's okay, well, my dad could get
my
me
dad's
another
gonna
one,
get me a new one.
and I could
Yeah.
just name her Chloe. It's like, are you serious right now? And then another one,
Oh, the guy feeding his
the guy
dogs?
oh, dude, he was feeding the dogs.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was like, are you serious? And then the boy is the bait.
Mm-hmm.
It's a spoiled brat, like a nasty. You want to punch him in the mouth. That's how.
Well,
That's how he
the
is.
dad is the same way. He kind of learns it from.
Oh
Yeah.
my God! And then at the end he gets a wolf that tears his dad apart.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, good for you. And it's like the way they portrayed that, like, their narrative is so good. Like, and then the reactions of Clive, like, you know, they spend so much time on like the subtleness of how Clive treats or like reacts to situations. Like you could see in the facial movements, the movements of the hands, the arms, like they're really realistic. Like when it's something that he doesn't like, you can see like his mouth twitch or his mouth move a little bit in a way where it's almost like disgust. And he can't do anything about it because he's a freaking Brandon.
Yeah.
And all he can do is sit back and watch everything. But he does stand up to that father.
Yeah. There are
You know?
moments, I would say, throughout the game, though, where, like it's uber realistic in some portions, and it also can get kind of outlandish with, like, I won't
Final
say,
Fantasy.
yeah, I won't say specifically, but there are moments where, like, Clive is in an area where all of these people know that he is, like, this godlike being, and yet still these people are, like, talking down and treating him like trash, and it's like, dude, you guys know if he wanted to, he could, like, demolish everyone in this room. And that happens a lot where, like, these icons or people that are, what are they, I don't remember what the people controlling the icons their name is, but, like,
the dominance,
yeah, like these people are like godlike beings, and, like, they're being, like, taken advantage of in certain situations, and they're, like, you know, like, followers of some kings, and it's like,
dude, it's so bad. Like, they use their powers till they're dead. Like,
well, no, dominant is different than a bearer. I
believe the bearers.
Bearers. Oh no, wait, no, because
you're probably right, because the bearers are the ones that still have powers.
Sid actually, before Sid has the same problem. He loses one of his arms before he dies.
Yeah, from using it too much.
So I think they might. You're right. I think they might actually just be the same thing: a dominant and a bearer. But
I think if they're branded, like, they just get abused, and they don't have any power, like, against anything.
I think a dominant is just a bearer that's been chosen by an icon or whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. It's all weird. It's so all over the place, but at the same time, it's like, it's so damn good. It really is. Like, I'm enjoying every minute of it, and it's like, it's a simple game, and I'm okay with the mechanics the way they are.
It's probably. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say it's probably one of the, like, I liked 15. I think 15 was good for what it is. You had, you know, your boy band, and you're doing whatever, and this one is like, I'm okay that they took it a step back. Like, they took it really step back, and things that are happening, you're just like, oh man, this is. They really took their time to flesh out the environments. Things that happen, like, you see the results of it. It's dingy and dirty. There's nothing easy about what you're watching.
No.
Everything is walking.
I do.
Yeah, sure. You can't like, you know, there's fast traveling everywhere, but it just makes the game quicker.
I do like the theming of this game over 15. Like, I enjoyed 15, but for some reason it didn't click with me. And then, at least for this one, like, I don't know, like, I like the seriousness, and I like the attitude this game takes towards it being more realistic. Now, does that mean for the next Final Fantasy, for 17, would I like this same theming? Probably not. I would like for them to do something different, but I appreciate this one for trying something. Like, I do feel like this game is relatively different compared to other Final Fantasy games. Like, it's different in good ways, and it's different in very bad ways. Like, this game for me is very polarizing in terms of kind of how I'm viewing it or how I feel about it post play.
I mean, as I'm playing it now, it's like, yeah, I do miss some of the elements of stuff, but then I don't think about it anymore. Like, I'm just like, let me see what this game has, and that's it. And, you know, you take it for face value for what the game has to offer, and it completely changes my attitude towards it. Because, yeah, did I want more things? Sure, we can have more mechanics, but, you know, there's enough mechanics in it that I think just switching between fire, Thundaga, and ice. Oh, not ice. And wind has been quite the adventure.
Was it Garuda? I think it's Garuda.
It's Garuda. Yeah, Garuda, Ifrit, and Ramu. My thing with that is that like I accidentally hit things that I'm not supposed to. Oh, it's like, damn it! I didn't want to bring out Ifrit like at a last minute. You know, it's like, damn it! I wasted it. You know, I wanted to wait till the stagger came up. You know, like stuff like that.
I just want to say I'm curious by next podcast what you think. How far gone? Because I think from what I remember with my playthrough, I think you're coming up on a section that's very slow. I think. Okay. I'm trying to remember where it's around. There's a section you start dealing with Titan, and around. Ooh,
that's going to be interesting. Is that the same mountainous area that you were before?
I don't remember.
I mean, right now I'm right after like the 5-year mark, so it's like everything happened already, and Titan kind of like wreaks havoc a little bit, and I'm just trying to see like what happened within the 5 years and how come he doesn't know that.
So I'm trying to get where you're at. So you haven't faced Titan, but you faced Garuda, and Sid has died.
Yeah, so, and I've already fought. Like I saw him absorb Ultima. I shouldn't say absorb him. He trapped him.
I feel like you're right at a part where it starts to slow down. Because the section I'm thinking of, I think, is right before Titan. Which I think is like, if you have those abilities, I don't know. Next episode you have to tell me. But there is a deserty area that comes up where like the game drastically slows down.
And I'm wondering if that's for a reason. Because I've noticed that a lot of these portions in this game, like
drawn out a little bit.
They have to, because the way the game is laid out, you have to go through these areas. The story's a little bit on the slow side, but it's purposeful, because if it's too fast, it's just going to be too much.
There's so much dialogue.
There's so much.
In the side quest. If you do all those side quests, man, there's so many where you're just like sitting there. I'm like mashing A, trying to get through. Like they're. Like, it's weird because, like, you brought up 2 side quests and the farm that I love. That's 2 of the better ones. And there's other good ones, but there's a lot of, like, just time waster side quests that I'm like...
Yeah, I call them fetch quests, because that's what they are. It's like, oh, you got to do this. Oh, can you do this for me? Oh, I'm too lazy to do it. That's just, not verbatim, but...
Well, that's why... That's why I said, like, I wonder if someone would have more fun at this game if they didn't do all those and just did the main quest stuff.
The thing is that what I've run into... There is good stuff,
so
What I've run into one issue, and it's just because, I like the fighting portion too, but I'm okay doing fetch quests if I'm getting experience from it. Like, you get experience and money, which you technically need, but I haven't been buying the expensive stuff. Like, I've been just waiting to buy certain things. I've just been... loading up on potions and stuff, and every so often, I don't know if you ran into this, but since I had day 1, I didn't realize this, but, I'm glad I caught it early on, but I had an onion sword. They gave me an onion sword, so the beginning of the game was cake, because it was already 160 damage from the beginning. Yeah, so I was running through the with the onion sword for, like, the longest. And I just started getting off of the onion sword and started getting the other ones, like Invictus. I got that one. And I got another one just recently. I think it was the Coral Sword. I think that's the newest one that I got. So, so a lot of those areas, like, I think you do need to do them just for the experience portions. Because if you start running in there and you're not, like, at least within the vicinity of the levels, you're going to get your butt reamed, man. Like I've run into some issues with some of these, like, enemies that, they would tear me apart. I think I ran into a problem with one of the big trolls. And like, they were nasty.
I find it hard to believe because I didn't have any trouble with any monsters except for boss battles. Some of the boss battles with some of the icons and other dominants. That's where I got tripped up. But as far as, like, mini bosses, I don't think I had any trouble with
Like
any major. But
maybe
do you
it's
have
just
that the emblem on that slows down time? If you don't, then I could see how you might have some trouble. You don't have that one equipped that like before you get hit it slows it down and allows you to.
oh no,
Oh, so
I
that's
don't have those.
not having.
I've been using one of them. I took off the one that had the automatic dog because I noticed that one of the other ones already has that same ability, but with more stuff. So I put that one on, and I think it's just the evading one. I like the evading one because then I don't have to keep pressing R1 consistently. And I'm still pressing R1 consistently for when I'm away from, the enemy while I'm trying to dodge, dodging certain things. So the evading has been very helpful.
I think that's what's making your combat probably more difficult because that one necklace makes everything like probably far easier.
I'll check it out. I'll see if I can try it out.
It's one of the first ones you get in the game. You mustn't just,
I have it.
You must have just never worn it, yeah.
No, I didn't wear it because I felt like it would have been too easy for me. And I think that's what it is.
It makes
a challenge.
It makes everything way easier.
Yeah, I like the challenge. And I think if you don't wear any of those emblems, then you have more work on your hands. And I think if there was any disservice, it would probably be they give that to you way too early on in the game.
It's like one of the first ones you get.
Yeah, you get like 5 of them. Like you get them all. Like it's like, hey, wait a minute, what are these? And because you don't have anything already, you might as well just wear one of them. It's like, or wear all 3 of them. Because you don't start off with anything in the beginning of the game. Now I'm noticing that like money makes a big difference if you want like certain things. I don't know about you, man, but I'm usually a big fan of the music in the game. I refuse to buy anything that has to do music because
I bought all the music. I think I got all of it.
They're so expensive. They're like 10 grand a piece. Get out of here, man.
They're crazy.
I did not buy any of them. I'm like, hell with this nonsense. Like, I could use the money to buy, like, upgrade my weaponry or, like, get my I'm always maxed out on potions. I'm just getting elixirs. And elixirs are 10 grand a piece. And I'm like, damn, that would be very helpful to have an elixir. But the potions do good enough for now.
I think the only things in the game I didn't actually do were the bounties. I did like 1/3 of the bounties, but I didn't do all of them.
Is that the one that Moogle? Is that the Moogle?
Yes, the Moogle.
I haven't opened that up yet.
Yeah, that's all the bounties, and like some of those are really cool, but they're kind of just the same bosses.
They're fetch quests again.
Yeah, you just they give you a location and you go there and you fight
do stuff and then you come back.
Yeah, the rewards are
the
rewards are generally pretty good though that you get from there.
Yeah, I believe it. They're very generous with a lot of things. Like if you die, they give you potions.
Do they? I never noticed that.
Yes, they give you potions. Like, say for example, all right, I used up everything I got. I'm like, damn it, this is annoying. If you die, they at least give you 2 of each, or 2 of high potions and 2 regulars. They don't give you any of the other stuff. So if you have like stone skin tonics or whatever, like they don't load you up with those, but they give you at least half. And it's like, okay, well, I need to be more smarter about how I approach this boss. I can't be button mashing and hoping for the best.
In combat,
some bosses are do that.
In combat, did you do what I do, where I just constantly switched between the 3 abilities?
Oh and my god, crazy!
You just nonstop abilities.
Just freaking like if they're not available, they just don't execute. So it's like, all right, cool. I'm doing this. R2 double. Freaking like, what is it? They have the rushing one. They have like a few others, and I've been spamming a lot of like the grabbing stuff or the rushing in front. Like I've just been spamming those things hard. Like I'm trying to figure out a good combination of stuff.
There's almost like the way the combat is. There's almost no point to the to the ranged attack. There's a triangle button, and it shoots.
Oh, I use it like crazy. Are you kidding me?
It doesn't do that much damage. I never found a.
It's not supposed to. I think the idea of the range is so.
Or something?
No, it's to keep dealing damage while you're away from him, because they're so far. Like for example, like if you're fighting like what's his name again?
Typhon.
Typhon. When you're fighting Typhon, getting close to him is a pain in the ass when he has all those little orbs around him.
Yeah.
You can R1 and just go around him and just keep spamming the freaking triangle. Douche, 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 douche. You can like hold triangle, get a charge attack. Charge. The charge ones actually do some damage. And I noticed that with the dragon. With the dragon in the beginning before you go into the crystal.
Yeah, you like, fight the dragon before Sid dies.
Yeah. Like when you fight that dragon, I noticed, like, say for example, if you do a charge attack for the fire, it does 700 damage as opposed to just regular. So you hold and you just shoot, hold, shoot, and then you just keep. I've been using that a lot when I want to get damage in, even though I'm not up close and personal. You know, like I don't want to get hit. Like it's annoying to get hit. Getting close to him, sometimes you get wrecked. Like you get slammed. Like, and right now all I have is 2 bars. I don't have the 4 yet. I have 2. So it's kind of like, you know, I got to be careful with how far away I am from the enemy, because it's like if I'm too close, I might get my ass reamed. Like, and I've been using a lot of the Garuda grab thing because it allows you to kind of float in the air a little bit.
That's interesting, because I didn't like Garuda. Was one of the ones I didn't like.
You get to kind of bounce up in the air a little bit, and that's the one that you grab and pull. Well, if it's unsuccessful, if you're not close enough, you use it to go up in the air, and you can kind of like spam that for a bit. And you can pretty much just stay in the air for a while. You know, while he's doing while they're doing like these ground attacks that can hurt you, until you're ready to come down, unless you don't press it in time. So those are little things that I've been doing to try to kind of like mitigate some of the damage and to kind of like watch what's happening, because if I don't, I'm gonna get wrecked. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this game. I have a lot to say, and I'm probably gonna have a lot more to say once I get further, because it is good. It is so good.
I would say after the midpoint, the game gets really crazy.
I believe it.
Yeah, it's just like there is a midpoint, which I think you're near, where like I think the game slows down a lot, but then once you kind of get through it, it's fine.
Like it starts like ramping up to like craziness.
Once you hit like the 75% mark, the game just like goes off the rails with.
Oh my god, that's a good part.
Yeah.
So, and then, but I've enjoyed it up to this point. I think I'm at like 30 right now, 30-something%. I'm gonna say. I'm not 100%. It's on in the back somewhere, on sleep, and it's been good. I'm excited. Phoenix, if you're watching, like, I take back a lot of stuff I said before.
He's not watching.
I know. I don't care.
He's playing Marvel Snap.
He's probably not sleeping.
No.
But yeah, I take back some of the stuff I said before. I'm absolutely like enjoying it. For an old school Final Fantasy fan, coming from a background of playing Final Fantasies mainline, at least, different capacities. 12 was horrible.
Which one's 12? Is that one of the lightning ones?
No, that's 13, I think. 13.
Lightning's the
12 is the other one. 12 is the one. Yeah, that one's the one with the gambits.
Which one has Squall?
Oh, that's Final Fantasy 8.
8. Oh, I don't know.
I like that one. That one was awesome. That one was so good. A lot of people didn't like it. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. If people do like it, I mean, it's been a cult classic.
I'm always terrible with my Final Fantasy. I don't know which one's which.
God, I'm so good. I love Final Fantasies. That's why I'm taking my time with this one. I'm enjoying every minute of it. It's different. It's taking it back some. I hope this becomes a 9. That's the one I'm hoping for. Right now, it's on a solid 8.
That's 100%. That's about where I was. I'm like, even in my head, I don't know if I want to give it an 8 or a 9. I think after like I won't say why, but like I think in the end I'm sitting at an 8. Like, I really enjoyed it. The game has a lot of flaws, but
it's okay.
It was fun enough.
I think so.
I would say, like, honestly, this year for me, I haven't played like there's been a lot of great games, but I haven't played like that one amazing title. Like I know Zelda was great. I enjoyed it, but we've talked about it. Like it just wasn't like
Yeah,
that game for me.
I'm good. Yeah.
Starfield is definitely not like I'm enjoy. We'll move. Speaking of Starfield,
Yeah, that's our next thing.
yeah, it's our next thing. Starfield is like so close, but it's not up there for me. I would say Final Fantasy 16 is still my game of the year. I think the one game that could knock it off is probably Spider-Man. I'm very excited for Spider-Man. So
Well, I'm even excited for that. And
yeah,
that's I haven't played any of the other ones.
Spider-Man
So
and Alan Wake are like my two. Plus Super Mario RPG. Oh, I don't know. That's another one.
we'll get into that one. That's they added a bunch of new stuff to that. I can't wait to talk about that.
hmm
But anyway,
I'm curious what Wonder, but I don't. Typically, mainline Mario games aren't like. I always love them, but they're not like up there. I don't know.
yeah. Well,
Uh,
anyway, but yeah, that's my spiel on Final Fantasy 16. I will have more for you later, but I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
I'm all for it. I'm all for more Final Fantasy talks.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on.